I take this opportunity to now introduce a very special project that we are working on, something that I encourage every family to take the effort to participate in. This project is a biography of Srinivasan Tata, Kanti Tata as I knew him, and he was called very fondly by his peers and people and other family, especially elder family, as Seema. This year is not just his 10th anniversary, but it would also have been his 90th birthday. And so this coming May, on the occasion of his 90th birthday, I will be releasing, just for for our sake, an archival and a biography of Srinivasan Tata. I've had the opportunity to start picking the brains of many musicians, many family, other lawyers in every single time I go to Chennai, and learning more about the history. And it's incredible when obviously in your family people will just praise your ancestors and your relatives, and you also speak from your fond memories of growing up. I had 20 years, 2 decades of time with him to see what a wonderful human being he was. But when you hear that from third parties, when you hear that he was just unconditionally generous, he would take everyone at the Sabha out to these pilgrimages, sponsor the whole thing, not worry. People would come into his house and he would give them money, almost too generous sometimes, I've heard. But I think it really validates everything that he embodies when you hear it, not just from your own family, who's obviously going to be biased, and we obviously share that love for him, but it came from so many people. I'm talking about dozens of people who all have just sweet things to say about him. As you know, I'm a musician myself, and the reason his legacy is so important to me, there's 2 particular things. One, when you're starting out as a young child, positive enforcement is such an important thing. There are many times where people are discouraged from music. There are many times where people are told that they can't do it. But here was someone outside of my immediate family. Even when my parents would be yelling at me that the violin, I was just making scratching sounds and horrible sounds, you had someone who is just always on my team and always supporting me with this. I remember fondly my first performance in the December Chennai music season in 2011, when I played an Alapana melodic piece in Bilahari Ragam. And as soon as I finished halfway, I came to the Tarastai Shadjam. I paused, because that's typically what we do in an Alapana, and he didn't care. He just broke out into the thunderous applause right there, and everyone else joined with him. So it was that much love and that much support. Unfortunately, his health declined in 2012 and 2013, and in his last moments, my mother was fortunate to be able to take a flight across the ocean before they pulled the ventilator off of him. He had a home that was being constructed called Raja Gurha, and he was very eager to see that home before he passed away. And so, leaving the hospital, he only had maybe minutes or hours to breathe. They were able to take him to Raja Gurha, and I tell the story all the time. My brother and I were on the phone at that time, where I was in Duke University, my brother was in Chicago, and from the other side of the world, we're just trying to participate in this. And my mom made sure that we came on the phone, and in his dying breath, I was able to play my violin for him. And I think that's just one of the most special opportunities that I could have had to pay my respects and pay my tributes to him. As a result of all these experiences, even when I was learning from my teacher at that time, and she found out, she told me in 10 years, you must take this tradition forward and you must become a big violinist. So it's not about where I am right now, but it's just about, these are the things that motivated me to continue music and continue art with this much passion. I think it is almost my duty to do that. Similarly, it is my duty to, archive Tata's life. I've been learning so much about our history, our culture, our traditions, learning things about Mayavaram, learning about relatives I never knew who existed in the process, and all of the relationships that happened over the years. And it's been a very eye-opening and a rewarding project, even though I'm just at the beginning of this. So please stay tuned. And again, this isn't for trying to publish a big biography for the public or anything like that. It's just an archival for ourselves and a way for us to pay our tributes. And I encourage everyone to consider doing the same thing with your own families. We will conclude the inauguration program before the concert with a short video. This video was presented 10 years ago. The first version of it, right after he passed away, was my parents' 25th anniversary, and obviously they wanted to make sure that they could pay tribute to him. So they had put together a video with pictures throughout his life. We have fortunately been able to collect more pictures, and will now be presenting a slightly extended and variation of this video. We'll play this video and then we'll move on to the concert. Thank you again, everyone, for being here for this very auspicious and very important occasion for our family.